Hi students, good morning. I hope you all are fine. Welcome to grade 11 business mathematics class. We are learning our second chapter algebra. In that mathematical induction you are learning for the last two classes. Yes, some more problems are left in the exercise. We will continue that. I gave some homework in our last class. I hope you all completed. Okay, so in exercise 2.5 up to fourth problem we have completed. Then fifth problem I gave homework for you. I hope you all completed and you got the answer. Now I'll start from problem number 6. 2.5 exercise problem number 6. Question is a power n minus b power n is divisible by a minus b for all n belongs to n. Okay, a power n minus b power n is divisible by a minus b for all n belongs to n. What's the first we will do? We will take the given statement as p of n. Okay, same thing. Solution. Let's p of n denotes the statement. What's the statement given? A power n minus b power n is divisible by a minus b for all n belongs to n. Okay, this is a given statement. Let p of n denote the statement. A power n minus b power n is divisible by a minus b for all n belongs to n. Okay, so this is a given statement. I consider as p of n. Okay, then come to step 1. What's the first step you need to do? I said put n equal to 1. Okay, so put n equal to 1. Okay, substitute in the place of n is 1. Now, if we are substituting here, what will happen? A power 1 minus b power 1. What's the value you will get? A minus b. Whether it is divisible by a minus b? Yes, is it right? So, is divisible by a minus b. So, what will you conclude? P of 1 is true. Okay, then step 2. What is step 2? What you will assume for p of k, is it right? So let p of k, let us assume, okay, let us assume that p of k is true. You need to assume for p of k is true. Okay, so in the place of n, what you need to substitute? K. So, a power k minus b power k. So, E is divisible by a minus b. We are assuming, is it right? So, E is divisible by a minus b. So, already I said if it is divisible, the word k means what will you do? Anything. Okay, so m into something. Yeah, so if it is divisible by 7 means how will you write? 7 into m. Okay, if it is divisible by 5 means how will you write? 5 into m. So same as that, if it is divisible by a minus b means how will you write like this? A power k minus b power k. If it is divisible by a minus b means it will be something into a minus b. So let us take that as m. Okay, so m into a minus b. Okay, so this where this m is a constant. Okay, anything. So this m into any value for 1, 2, 3 or anything means also it will be divisible by a minus b. That's the meaning. Okay. So now take this as equation number 1. Now come to step 3. What will you prove in step 3? We will prove for k plus 1. Is it right? So to prove p of k plus 1 is true. We will prove for p of k plus 1 is true. Okay. So how will you take this one in the place of k as k plus 1? So a power k plus 1 minus b power k plus 1 is divisible by a minus b. This we need to prove. Okay, is divisible by a minus b. Now you consider this one. Okay, now you consider this, that is consider a power k plus 1 minus b power k plus 1. Now we are going to, we need to say it is divisible by a minus b. Is it right? So for that, what we will do is, we will add and subtract 1 a power k into b. What will you do? We will add and subtract a power k into b. Same time we are going to add and subtract. Okay. So here add and subtract a power k into b. We are going to add and subtract a power k into b. Now do this. A power k into b we are going to add and subtract. Okay. So which implies a power k plus 1 is there. Additionally we are going to add and subtract. So a minus a power k into b plus a power k into b. So add and subtract a power k into b minus b power k plus 1. Okay. So next step, what will you do for this 2? What is common? A power k is common. Okay. So if you are taking a power k, otherwise you can split it. So how will you split this? A power k into a power 1. Okay. So the meaning is here b power k into b power 1. So a power k we can take common outside, means the balance is a minus b you will get. So same as that here also, if you are taking, what you will take as common here? Shall we take b outside? B if you take outside means a power k minus b power k you will get. Okay. So together how will you write is which implies a power k into a minus b plus any value if we know means we can substitute here. Okay. So plus b into, you so using 1. What is equation number 1? Equation number 1 is a power b k minus b power k is equal to m into a minus b. Okay. So this is our equation 1. So you can substitute this value here. Okay. Substitute in the place of a power k minus b power k as, what will you substitute? M into a minus b. So using 1 we will substitute here. Understand? So using 1 we will substitute here. Now what are the two factors? A power k plus bm. One, another one is a minus b. Now you got this as a minus b into a power k plus bm. Is it right? So anything if it is a minus b into something means it will be divisible by a minus b. Correct? So which is divisible by a minus b. Understand, students? So a minus b into something. So anything also. So a minus b into something, you got the answer. So if it is divisible by 7 means 5 into anything. Okay, like that only will prove. So here a minus b into something like that we got means we will say it is divisible by a minus b. Therefore we can conclude the answer. Therefore p of k plus 1 is true whenever p of k is true. If p of k plus 1 is true, whenever p of k is true. Therefore p of n is true for all. Okay, for all n belongs to n. Got it? Understand? Okay, very easy. You try. Okay, so let's move to next problem. So 7th problem, I gave homework for you. I hope you all completed. Let's move to problem number 8. 8th problem is n into n plus 1, n plus 2 is divisible by 6 for all n belongs to n. Okay. So n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 is divisible by 6 for all n belongs to n. Okay. So let us denote the statement. Let p of n denote the statement n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 is divisible by 6. Okay, so that's a given statement. Okay, what's the first step? First step, what's the first step? Step 1. Put n equal to 1. Okay. 1. Substitute in the place of n as 1. 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 2 equal to 1 into 2 into 3. What's the answer? 6. Whether 6 is divisible by 6? Yes, is divisible by 6. Therefore, what we can say, P of 1 is true. Okay. So, next what will you do? Let us assume for P of k is true. Okay. Step 2. Let us assume that P of k is true. Okay, let us assume that P of k is true. Put it P of k is true in the place of n as k. So k into k plus 1 into k plus 2. That is divisible by 6. For that, how will you write this? Is divisible by 6. So 6 into something you need to write. Is it right? So k into k plus 1 into k plus 2 is equal to 6 into m. Okay, this m is a constant. Okay, where m is a constant. If you need, you can write it. This is equation number 1. Understand, students? Okay. Next, what will you do in step 3 to prove that P of k plus 1 is true? Okay. P of k plus 1 is true. Okay. So, listen here very carefully. So, in the place of k, what will you substitute? K plus 1. Is it right? So, substitute in the place of k as k plus 1. So, k plus 1 you will get. In the place of k again k plus 1 means k plus 1 plus 1. Again k plus 1 means k plus 1 plus 2. Okay. So, what's the value you will get here? Is divisible by 6 you need to put. So what will you get here? K plus 1, K plus 2, K plus 3. It's all divisible by 6. Okay. So for that, first you will consider. Okay. First what you are going to do is consider k plus 1, k plus 2, k plus 3. Okay. So, listen here students very carefully for this problem. We know the value from equation 1 as equation 1 is k into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Is it right? So here you need to make in the form of k into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Then only you can substitute the value. For that, what we are going to do is first we will multiply with this k plus 3 with this two terms. Okay. So how will you write in the sense? K into k plus 1 into k plus 2 plus next multiply with this 3. So 3 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Understand ma? What we did? So we need to make it in the form of k into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Okay. Then only you can substitute that equation 1 value. So for that what I did? With this k plus 3 need to multiply with this 2 terms. Okay. So k into k plus 1 into k plus 2 plus 3 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Now you will use equation number 1. Okay. Using 1. From equation 1 you can substitute the value. What's the value for k into k plus 1 into k plus 2? In the place you can substitute as 6m. Got it ma? So 6m plus 3 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Understand? So 6m plus 3 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. Okay. So 6m plus 3 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. this 3 into it will be even number. Why means if you need you can substitute any value and we will check it. So if I am substituting for k as 1 means what will happen? 1 plus 1 means 2, is it right? Next 2 plus 2 means 4, is it right? So 4 into 2 means 8. Yes. So whatever the number if you are substituting will get as an even number is. So we will write like this. That is 6m plus 3 into even number. That's one condition. That is if k is odd. If I am substituting for k as odd or even 6, second term is even always. Understand? So if I am substituting for k as odd or even 6, then the second term is always even. Okay. So it will be always divisible by 6. Understand? So which implies which is divisible by 6. Therefore, we will conclude the answer P of k plus 1 is true whenever P of k is true. Therefore, we will say P of n is true for all n belongs to n. Understand, students? Here only you will get somewhat confusion. So understand it and learn. Okay. So 6m plus 3 into even number. Why means if k is odd or even 6. Even 6. Okay. Then only the second term will be always even. Always. Okay. So the given number we need to conclude the answer is divisible by 6. Is it right? So like that only you will get. Then which is divisible by. If you need you check it. Okay. K for any odd number or even for 6. If you substitute and see the second term always it will be even. So that will be always divisible by 6. Whatever the number if you are getting, you check it, that will be divisible by 6. Therefore, we will conclude the answer P of k plus 1 is true whenever P of k is true. Okay. Therefore, P of n is true for all n belongs to n. Got it, students? Okay. One more question as balance in this section. Problem number 9. 2 power n greater than n for all n belongs to n. Okay, 2 power n greater than n for all n belongs to n. Okay, solution. First you denote the statement. Let P of n denote the statement. What's the statement? 2 power n greater than n for all n belongs to n. Okay. Then what is step 1? What you will put first? Put n equal to 1. Okay. So substitute in the place of n is 1. 2 power 1 greater than 1. Whether 2 is greater than 1? Is there? No. 2 is greater or 1 is greater? 2 is greater, this is right. So 2 is greater than 1. Therefore, what will we say? P of 1 is true. Next step, what will we do? Step 2. Let us assume that P of k is true. Let us assume that P of k is true. Okay. Put it P of k. 2 power k greater than k. Take it as equation number 1. Okay. Done. Step 3. Come to step 3. What will you prove in step 3? To prove that P of k plus 1 is true. To prove that P of k plus 2 is true. For that, what will you prove? In the place of k, you need to substitute as k plus 1. Is it right? So, substitute in the place of k as k plus 1. So 2 power k plus 1 greater than k plus 1. Okay. So first you consider this side, is it right? So consider 2 power k plus 1. Split it into two terms. How will you split? 2 power k into 2 power 1. Correct? Yes? These are the things you have studied in the lower class. Is it right? So 2 power k plus 1 or n plus n, anything is there means when we are writing in multiplication 2 power k into 2 power 1. Again when you are changing 2 power k plus 1 you will write. Okay. So this term we will write by using 1. In 1 what is there? 2 power k is greater than k. Okay. So in this place you can write it as greater than, in the place of 2 power k as greater than k into 2. Is it right? So which is greater than 2k, which is greater than k plus 1. Why it's greater than k plus 1? Why it is greater than k plus 1? So 2 power 1. Now for k you substitute 1. Okay, first. So 2 power 1 into 1 plus 1. Yes, greater than 2. The next 2 power 3. Substitute for 3. Okay, so what the value will get? Greater than 2 power k means 2 into k means k for 3 you substitute means 2 into 3. 6, is it right? Then here is greater than k plus 1. So whatever the value when you are substituting for k, it will be greater than k plus 1. Okay. So that is, we will conclude the answer. That is 2 p of k plus 1 is true whenever p of k is true. Therefore p of n is true for all n belongs to n. Understand? P of n is true for all n belongs to n. Okay students, these are the things in mathematical induction. We have completed this section. So today I can't give any homework for you. The thing is, you need to thorough this mathematical induction. The reason is, in each and every time they will ask on 5 mark or any 3 mark from this section. Very, very important, this mathematical induction. Next year also we will learn this. So it will be very, very important. So please learn this section. Okay. Then our next section is binomial theorem. I'm just giving the formula alone. Okay, so how we will split by using the binomial theorem, how we will expand by using the binomial theorem, that alone I am giving today. So problems we will see in the next class. Okay, so all of you take your book, binomial theorem section. I think in your hand new edition book is there, so there will be a change in page number. So binomial theorem, okay, that section all of you take down. There put the heading as binomial theorem. So what are the things you need to take to your note? They say first put the heading binomial theorem. Afterwards, one theorem without proof is there. That's only very, very important. That only we are going to use use here. Okay, so here if x and a are the real numbers, then for all n belongs to n, this is a formula. That is, this is the expansion we are going to use. That is x plus a the whole power n is equal to n c naught x power n a power 0. Then c1, the c naught will be 0, 1. So when I was seeing this, you will think this much big formula we need to mug up like that. Okay, no, it's very easy. The thing is n c naught, that is c naught, it will start from 0. Then x, it will be a power, it will start from n. Okay, then a power 0. So c naught and a power is 0. So the c naught and this a power 0, it will go on increasing. That is 0 means then 1, then 2, 3 like that. A power 0, that will be also increasing. A power 1, a power 2 like that it will go. X power n alone, it will be reduced. That is n minus 1, n minus 2. Last means n minus r, a power r. Again it will be going means it will be go like this. Okay, so together we will write like this. That is summation r is equal to 0 to n ncr x power n minus r a power r. This is a simple formula, but we will expand by using this only. Understand? Okay, then this you need to take your note. So all of you students, please put down the heading binomial theorem, and this 2 lines you need to take to your note. Okay, so then this note and all you can learn from your book alone. when n equal to 0 means what will happen, n equal to 1 means what will happen, n equal to 2, n equal to 3. So this and all maybe somebody will ask for one word. So you need to learn from the book. If you learn means that's enough. No need to take your notes. Then this note also you need to learn from your book. No need to take your note. But it is very very important. Number of terms in the expansion of x power x plus a the whole power n is n plus 1. They will ask in one word question. That is number of terms in the expansion of x plus a the whole power n is, how many terms will be there? n plus 1. Then sum of the indices of x and a in each term in an expansion is n. Then next one is are also represented as binomial coefficients. Then since NCR is equal to NCn minus r for this value in the expansion x plus a the whole power n, the binomial coefficients of terms equalized from the beginning. Just you read it, it will be, sometimes they will ask for one words, that's all. Sum of the coefficients in the expansion of 1 plus x the whole power n is equal to 2 power n. Okay, 2 power n. Then in the expansion, this one, the sum of the coefficients of odd terms is equal to sum of the coefficients of the even terms is equal to 2 power n minus 1. Then the general term, this is also very very important. So these are the things you can learn from your book. Then how we will find the middle term. Okay, if n is, this also problems are there, find the middle term. If n is even and then the number of terms of n plus 1 is odd, then there is only one middle term given by Tn by 2 plus 1. Then if n is odd, then the number of terms n plus 1 is even. Therefore, there are two middle terms. This thing's very very important. You can learn from your book. No need to learn. Take your note. So this one very important. We will use for problems. Okay. So middle term Tn by 2 plus 1. Here odd means two middle terms must be there. Okay. Okay, students. Then next page some other notes are there. I think there will be a page number difference. So this are the things. This also you just you read it. When you are reading, you will get some idea. So when you are doing the problems, I will explain it again. Okay. So from examples, I will start in the next class. Today your work is, I taught you some homework. I taught some how we will find the middle term when n is odd and n is even. Then that one expansion I taught you. Some notes I taught you. That all the things you please learn it. Very very important. If you are learning this everything only, next class when I'm starting the problem, you will get some idea. Without learning, you won't get idea. So because of that, I gave this all the things today. So learn it before you are going to listen to the next class. Understand? So learn this before itself. Okay, we will start from the next example tomorrow. 2.39. Okay, students, we'll meet in the next class. Be safe. Thank you, students.